CEO Ronald Hickley from Creative Difference got the brand new Innovator. Something on that Mo Heritage series. Got my man Billy Rez. We're going to throw this bowling ball on Route 66. Kind of get a feel for what this new bowling ball does from Radical. You can see the lane pattern we're bowling on down here. Talk a little bit about what this ball does. So that was our first shot out the box. Gives us a little idea of what to do. Now, here's kind of the interesting thing. You can kind of see that blue. The dark blue area would be considered a higher concentration of oil, and the light blue area would be considered more dry. So we're going to look at how we're lining up and kind of look at some things relative to just that to kind of have a better understanding of how to play the lanes. A little bit straighter, a little bit greater reaction. So you can kind of see that difference between those last two shots there. Now the yellow line is the line we're looking at. So you can see initially the balls are kind of close, but he's throwing the yellows a little bit straighter through the front part of the lane, keeping it a little closer to that heavier concentration of oil, but it definitely down at the end, which is kind of what really matters down there. You can see there's a pretty big difference of what those last two shots were. And then obviously we got to see the reaction difference in terms of being able to get to the pocket. So now we kind of have a better sense of where we need to be at the pocket. So we'll do a little playing around and seeing exactly what we can do with the Innovator. So that shot was closer to the one that was to the right, correct? So it was further right, did not recover as well, which is fine. We'll make a little bit of an adjustment. We kind of know what we need to do now. We're also going to do one other thing. I'm going to actually add what's called a target, which is one of the benefits. If you ever come visit us down here, you'll be able to see kind of how this works. You can see that box I just put out there. We're actually going to make that box a little bit smaller, but we're going to move it down the lane, right? So we're going to move that box down the lane closer to where we're going to want that to be for the break point, and then we're going to shrink it up a little bit. So now let me you see kind of what we did. Now actually it's a little too far to the right. So we're going to move that box further to the left, and we're going to be able to use that to help us with just being able to see, you know, what we want the bowling ball to be able to do, and if it's reacting the way we want. So we'll move it over to the left. We know we kind of want to be right in the area right about here to be able to strike. So now I'll move it just a little bit back to the right one more time. I'll move it a little bit fast there. So right there. So now you can see exactly the area down the lane that we're trying to hit. So you can see that right there. The box will kind of shows what we're hitting. If we hit to the outside of that box, we know we're not going to strike. We're going to see if we can be able to hit that box, or maybe just a little bit to the inside to be able to get that bowling ball to strike. So we'll let Billy throw that ball again. This is one of the things that we can do if you come visit us at the Education Center, is give you some actual real practice, because really people focus on the front part of the lane, but really it's kind of down lane, right? That's going to matter. So we hit the box and we left a flat 10 pin. So useful piece of information there, right? Flat 10 pin. We did kind of split that box. I'm actually going to move that box now one more board to the left. So I moved it one more board to the left. And you can see now that the box is directly on the dot, the line that we threw where we struck. Because obviously, if we don't hit that, we're not even going to hit the pocket. That's inside, but he clipped it. So he hit it inside. So what that means is he's going to have a little bit of room hold, but he'll have no free hook. So in this particular case, with this particular ball, he's got a little bit of hold, but does not have that free hook to the right, which is useful information, right? So if you know you're going to throw this ball, you're trying to make it work, the thing to do is to know that you're going to have to be able to create the hold and not free hook. And part of that's because of the pattern. You can see how the pattern is set up. There is more oil to the inside. This bowling ball wants to kind of get into a roll really early, so that stops it from happening, which allows it to turn into hold, and voila, you can strike it at the pocket. That's a little bit right. Was able to kick out the corner pin, so that's really cool. Definitely was going to be curious to see if that ball was going to strike or leave another flat 10 pin, but that ball recovered just nicely. So we'll give you a little bit of a different view here. We'll go to the higher view so you can kind of see. But this is hopefully this is very helpful for you to be able to have a better understanding, a little bit about not so much just the bowling balls, but also some of the lane play strategies that kind of get involved with this. And we're going to begin to change the lane patterns more often with some of these reviews so you can begin to understand a little bit better ways to play multiple types of patterns. With this pattern specifically, you can create some hold, but you're not going to create free hook. That should be a pretty good shot. Throwing wood like a wood chopper. Might have to change Billy Rev's names to Billy Wood Chopper. He's been working on some things on his game to be able to give him some more ball speed as well as rev rate, and those have been pretty successful for him as of late. So we're getting ready to see some more pin action from Billy. He came in and got a lesson at the CTD Education Center. You can do that too. Just go to the website, ctdbowling.com, click the 3 little lines, and you can schedule an appointment here at the Education Center. See, that's the one that's in, right? That's what I mean. So he missed in, and he has hold, the ball held line. You can watch, you can see now that one turned into a deep red color on the left, and that was the furthest one in, but it still struck. So that would tell you that this bowling ball is 2 things. 1, it's good for being able to get you some hold when you've got some oil. 2, you definitely need some oil to be able to get the bowling ball to do what you're trying to do, which is create some area. And 3, this is a pretty strong piece, especially for a bowling ball that has some shine on it. This bowling ball is a little bit shiny, so that's kind of interesting to see. But overall, this looks like it's a pretty good piece. And now you've got some more information about how you want to play the lanes if you were bowling on it. See, that's in again, so it holds pocket, bang, 10 back. So now you've got some more information on that new Radical Innovator. Head on over to ctdbowling.com and pick one of these up. Also, if you are a member of our staff, you can actually get this bowling ball at a discount. So don't forget that if you're interested in picking up one of these bowling balls. On behalf of Billy Revs, I am CEO Ron Wickler from Creative Difference. Talk to you soon.